The internet is insane. One little cute piddling website can turn into
ultimate final battle of good versus evil.
With all sorts of crazy threats like watch your back or I've taken your wife and children, and if you ever want to see your family again, you will publicly apologize. Wahaha, wahaha, wahaha. Oh. Hello, Internet. My name is Mr. Cortex, and this is Awesome Burger. Now, as I use the Internet, I'm constantly witnessing debates. They often go nowhere. It's just a bunch of people rambling on and on and on. It's simply pointless banter, like this one. Hey, what's that song that goes like, Despacito?
Despacito?
Yeah, what's the name of the song?
Despacito.
Yes, what is the name of the song?
Oh my God, you're an idiot.
Thank you. Alexa, play Oh My God, You're an Idiot. So, how do you change somebody's mind? Well, the first logical step is, in the words of Sun Tzu, know thy enemy. Now, how to change a mind? Before we do that, we must understand the idea of core beliefs. A good example of this is mathematics. Imagine if you are a 2-year-old. I mean, you act like that on Twitter, so... Let's say I teach you addition, then subtraction, next multiplication, and finally division. If some genius comes and disproves my perfect addition, then by extension, my subtraction, multiplication, and division are also wrong. Swap mathematical principles for beliefs, and this is the idea behind core beliefs. And drawing my little pyramid is all well and good, but it's really a tree. The core belief is the roots, and it stems to almost everything about your personality, to your habits, actions, and even your thinking. People with low self-esteem often have a core belief which is corrupting their minds. And it can also be considered as a germ, as it's spreadable, and often in the family. One parent can spread the idea to a child, and then to his child, and before you know it, racism is born. No kidding. This is one of the biggest reasons why we haven't extinguished racism, as one tiny thought germ could spread to the near family, then the far family, then the friends, and before you know it, the whole area follows that whole belief. This is all to show you two very important things. Core beliefs are complicated, and core beliefs are a huge part of you, your family, and society and culture as a whole. And everyone has one, whether you're to the right or to the left. Yeah, but what truly makes a core belief? Age. As this diagram shows, the age of a belief correlates to the importance of the belief. The graph may be fake, but it is still true. Over enough time, the simplest ideas will become core beliefs, with lots of beliefs stacked on top. So throwing out core beliefs is extremely cost ineffective. So your brain developed weapons to protect the core beliefs. This is a good thing, right? Keeping beliefs in your head no matter how ineffective? This is a good idea, right? Well, I'm gonna do it anyway. The first bodyguard of the mind is a ruler. This ruler is made up of the core beliefs, and it is probably the most effective of the three. It basically checks who is allowed in and who isn't, like a bag checker at airport security. If you're good, he lets you in. If you're not, then... This isn't necessarily a bad thing. If a racist idea comes... good luck. But this doesn't help you. In fact, it hinders all of your points. What's worse is that there isn't one ruler. The way I've been presenting it, it seems like there's only one core belief, but really there are many. And more core beliefs, more rulers. What was once one ruler became a complicated web of rulers, and setting off even one could be the end of your argument. Ugh, why have such a horrible system? Because it's so cost-effective. For each topic, you should do an in-depth research, looking at both sides and making a clear, unbiased decision. Finally, forming an opinion. Or you could just use the ruler. Guess which one the brain took. One could say it doesn't measure up. But of course, they come with age, which is why it's easier to convince children. And they have weaker locks. Locks? Yes, locks, the second bodyguard. Even if your argument makes it through the ruler, it may just be stopped by the lock. They mostly feed off self-confidence. Here are the main three. The backfire effect. When anti-vax parents were shown studies saying that vaccines were actually good, they actually hated vaccines more. The backfire effect. Dunning-Kruger effect. When you literally know so little on a given subject, you don't know anything. Dunning-Kruger effect. Last but not least, the illusion of explanatory depth effect. When you think you really understand something just because it's familiar. That's them at their most basic. I encourage you to go off and do your own research about it in more depth. With these locks, though, there's a bit of an asterisk. Sometimes there are more, sometimes there are less locks. And this is really hard, analyzing one's locks. But this is crucial if you want to change their mind. And finally, the most important, maybe, of the three, the magnet. When looking through an argument, the person won't look for the rational, reasonable arguments for the common ground which you both agree on, but rather on the most controversial and divisive. If 5% is bad and the other 95% is good, they'll probably remember the horrible failed finish and not the well-run marathon. This is the work of the magnet, attracting your worst arguments. This might be the most dangerous of the three, as it might render the 95% worthless. Look, I know it's a lot to take in, but think of it this way. The ruler makes sure an idea is worth considering. Locks actually consider throwing out an idea for another. And the magnet looks at the most controversial. If all three work together, they may summon the lockdown. The lockdown is the death of all arguments. It is the mental lockdown in which everything remotely against it is shunned. At this point, it doesn't matter what you pull, because nothing will penetrate it. It's only a matter of time before you lose. So, no matter what, make sure that never happens. Okay, Guy, you said all of this stuff about how the mind stops your arguments, but how do you actually win? Fine, let's go through this systematically. First, rulers only attack beliefs that are either against core beliefs or if it seems like you're super aggressive. In this case, what is super aggressive? In this context, super aggressive are those who are unfriendly and unreasonable. In this case, super aggressive are those who are unfriendly and unreasonable. If you do things like brash, reasonable arguments, then all it does is it activates the ruler. After all, why argue against those who are unreasonable? You must look reasonable and weak to keep the ruler, even if that means losing a couple of battles, no matter what. Plus, if the person is really confident, looking weak may also help you, as it might seem like you're not worth the time compared to more pressing matters. Little do they know. To keep the magnet off your back, you must be extremely careful about what you say. Make sure you say the most agreeable things which no one can disagree with. The magnet attracts a needle in a haystack, but if there is no needle, there's nothing to attract. And also make it so that it's crystal clear so that the other person can't distort it. Finally, to remove all the locks, all you have to do is you have to either open their mind to the possibility that they are wrong. If the person believes that he is wrong, then he will never change, or show them the negativity of holding on to their core beliefs and the pain it causes. Both are effective. Sometimes you even have to use both. Well, there you have it, everything you need to change one's mind. Seeing all of this, you may be excited, wanting to go try this out for yourself. Reddit is a great place to go. Or you might be exhausted, wanting to use your skills, but seeing the structural difficulties. So you go off on a tangent on the tweet books. But what you're inadvertently doing is you're cracking the egg of something you can't control.